Good evening, Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, the 8th of February, 2024. It's 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Metal's up a little bit, not a lot going on in them. I wish I could tell you there was more really happening in the metal markets, but there isn't. It's a mixture of the dollar staying strong near the 104 level, not really doing a lot one way or the other, but it is a market that is, how do I put this in the right phrase? Stable and strong. Now, tomorrow there's a report that normally gets no attention coming out. There's no scheduled economic data, so I'm not going to put any up. What we get tomorrow is adjustments to CPI, and it's the annual adjustment figures. Now, normally this is not a big event, but because of where we're at and how the market is anticipating what the Fed will or won't do when interest rate cuts begin, it takes on major importance. If it pushes back and it says, hey, inflation didn't come down as much as you think, what does that do to the stock market? Because its interest rates up higher for longer. Conversely, if they adjust down and they go, no, we didn't adjust enough, inflation is even lower than we thought, well, you know what that does. That puts into play that maybe you move everything forward. I think it's a big report. It gets little play. Pay attention to it. I'll review today's events between Presidents Biden and Trump in the Supreme Court appeal and in the Mr. Hurd, the special counsel, I think I said his name right, H-U-R, opinion of the Biden administration. And I'll cover that when we do the financial markets, okay? I think it's suffice to say there. When we take a look at energy, yes, we heard from the Department of Energy. They want to buy another 3 million barrels. We are looking at bonds and notes, and if you've been watching, interest rates have been very slowly climbing again. So let's take a look at gold. And the question I've had, and I'm going to stay with, is this break going to culminate and get down to the 18-week moving average of 2014.40, or is it going to try to turn itself up? For the week, and please understand where you're at for the week, you're down 0.19%, a fifth of a percentage point. You've gone nowhere. And what I've tried to point out to you in the best way that I know how is there's nothing going on. And I know people want to watch this and hear me get all excited about a market one way or the other. This is watching paint dry right now. Maybe tomorrow's event with the inflation will have something to do. I don't know. When I look at the trend is what? Higher lows, but lower highs. You do see that right there. So the market is very stable, not really going anywhere. The battleground, could I draw it any better? Look at the red line. It's the 18-day average of closes, just going sideways. When we take a look at Bollinger Bands, you're far away from them, and you really haven't hit them since the very beginning, well, let's call it the end of January. You've been going very, very stable right through here. And momentum-wise, tell me that you're trending up or down on that. You're just drifting. The gold-silver ratio, well, today silver came alive, so I'd be paying a little bit of attention to that. Silver bounced beautifully from its attack of the lower Bollinger Band, and now it's ready to attack, from the looks of it, the 18-day average of closes. I call that the line in the sand. That number is 2277. So the market doesn't appear as though it wants to break out to the downside. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you my video on Bollinger Bands, enhanced Bollinger Bands. I want you to look at how this is paying attention to it. You're starting to get your bounce. How silver is paying attention to it. This is all super, super important. When you get down to these levels, you went up to the upper band here, you failed. You came down, you're failing. You're oversold. The market is ready to stop the decline. That doesn't mean I said bullish. I expect there to be massive short covering taking place right here, right now. Could that change if the Bureau of Labor Statistics comes out and changes the API tomorrow? Of course it could. Do I expect it? I don't know what to expect. I'm just telling you, All the chart action is saying if you cover the name, you're down to the Bollinger Band bottom, and this is where short covering should show up. And the same identical thing in the platinum. So I've been looking for declines. I've been looking for the Bollinger Bands. They hit them. If my clients were short, I am telling them, hey, this is where I'd want you to come out of shorts and go to the sideline temporarily. And the opposite is true of the dollar. You've rallied back to the upper Bollinger Band. You're fighting at that battle. You're caught between the 100-day average in green and that number, and you are overbought. If you can break through the lows of Wednesday, you start a move that might carry the market down, and we might look back at this and say the dollar got up to a key area and failed against the 104. I've been talking that 104 area with you for how long? Probably a month now, that I thought that's where we would go on the rally, and from there the decisions have to be made. But your decision is, how do you learn to work with this? Please take a look at this and give yourself some education. Take our Bollinger Band course. To do so, you move your cursor to the top of the screen up here, the Enhanced Bollinger Band course. You go to iraepstein.com under the word education. That's where the courses are located. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good evening.